Now, you talk about adversity. Let's talk about one of them. You went through this huge scandal, know, about marriage and adultery and all of that. It's the kind of thing that sinks a person. Like people finish doing that and they just go and start selling rice in the Edo market. Tell us about that. Tell us about that moment.
So first off, I'm overjoyed that you asked me that. And when you asked me that, my insides, particularly my chest region, lit up.
I can feel the energy.
I became alive. This was not the way it was 7 years ago when it happened. I'll give you a background and I'll tell you how I survived it.
Right.
My dad called me at 5:30 a.m. I'm his first and only daughter, so he calls me Ada.
Right.
Ada, what is this crazy email you sent? I said, I didn't send you any email. He said, you sent me an email with a link. What is this? I mean, is this a joke or is it? I quickly go to my laptop, power, I turn it on, see that my box had been hacked.
Right, obvious.
Mails had been sent to everybody in my mailing list, including the Association of Image Consultants International, association of which I was president-elect for the Nigeria chapter. And the link was, I said, hello guys, this is what I'm up to these days. And the link was a link to Stella Dimokoko's blog that announced that I was in an adultery scandal with a certain oil and gas billionaire mogul. And we were caught in Paris by his wife, who dressed up as a hotel maid, and I opened the door. I mean, the first thing my dad said to me was, you don't owe anybody any explanation. Your friends don't need it, your enemies won't believe it. Your enemies will not believe it, because if anybody can be stupid enough to believe that a 5-star hotel in Paris will admit, or there's a way somebody will disguise as a maid.
Yes.
The second thing for me was, luckily, my husband had traveled with my pull-on, and I remember him calling me and saying, I'm wounded, not even wanting to listen to anything. But luckily, because he left in a hurry, my passport was in the inner pocket of that bag.
Right.
And I don't know why he decided to flip through. And I didn't have a Schengen for 10 years. Right. And I have a Nigerian passport. So how did I get to Paris? But anyway, it's not about explaining that. You see, Chude, let me tell you the thing about adversity. Adversity is a privilege. It's an even rarer gift when it's brought on by public persecution. The problem is a lot of people don't stop to process and realize what an honor. Why?
Oh, you're making me do my shekere twice,
Why am I the one that everybody is? Gist comes out every day. Why did my own
catch fire?
Bank MDs, presidents, people were calling me.
This was your circle now. These are the people that you know.
So I thought to myself, in the moment, it didn't occur.
Yes, of course.
I was broken.
Of course.
I was devastated. I went to therapy. I was suicidal. I mean, you imagine, my son was 11 at the time. He was coming home from school, St. Saviour's School on Falmouth Bridge. He saw a magazine and he came home. He said, what is adultery? I said, adultery? Did they teach you that in school? He said, no. I saw your face. You know, when you were Miss Lux, I saw you with your crown on a magazine, Encomium magazine, and they said ex-beauty queen in adultery scandal.
Oh my God.
What is adultery?
Oh my God.
How do you explain that to an 11-year-old man? So coming out of that for me, for years, Chude, for 1 year, I didn't go out. So the isolation everybody is facing now, I've faced my own isolation. Do you know what it is to walk into a public function and you know for a fact that everyone is speaking about you? You see, I don't know if you've ever heard me say, a lot of my mantras are in pidgin.
Yes, you told me one now.
Now plantain, know what you see before it turn bole. Fire. Plantain must see fire to become bole.
Bole, I love it.
So I said, I don't chew water. I came out of it with a discerning spirit.
I love it.
The Englishman will say discernment. Salt and sugar look very alike, but they are different.
Yes.
You study the granules.
Yes.
Worry man go tell you, say, kai and water. Get the same color, don't be the same taste. When you taste of each, you know the difference. So that was a remarkable moment. So you see,
of course,
Chude, if that problem were to happen now, oh my God, it will shoot me to global prominence. So.
Yes, you will know what to do with it. You will know exactly what to do with it.
So at the time, it was a thing of, who have I? Why? God, please, this thing is a lie. You know, there were times when, let me tell you what happened. Chude, I came out, I live off of Adiola Odeko.
Right.
I came out of my house one day to the compound. My kids were going to school. I had become so broken, I didn't want to come out of bed. The nanny was taking them to school and I came to say bye.
Goodbye.
And they got in the car and they went in one direction. I came out of my gate and I walked to Adiola Odeko in my nightie and wrapper. I didn't know I was walking. I was saying, God, I'm not perfect, I've done, but I didn't go to Paris with this man. Help me, I'm dying. If you are God, the vulcanizer was the one who just said, Madam, and that's when I came jolted out of, I was, you know when they say someone waka loss, I was walking. So, you know, I spent years trying to say to people, words can kill. Be careful. You know, if you don't verify, if you don't, it's not fair, please. I got to a point where I said, you know what? Determine your own life and your own words.
Determine your own life and your own words.
If they say you are this, I know who God says I am. So what did I come out of this knowing? That I'm special. That I matter. That my life matters. That's why there's light on it. Because there's many other people that could have, you know, that people are learning from me and that the enemy is not happy. He has 3 ministries: to kill, to steal, to destroy. So he has to pervert his disciples. He has to use his disciples to try and bring me down.
Rich. How did it affect your marriage?
Okay. So what happened was my passport was the savior.
Yeah.
But it affected my marriage. It was a cruel blow. We drifted apart for a while.
Right.
But what started happening was I realized that my happiness was not dependent on my partner or my marriage.